Hi guys, welcome to our little short video on how to actually create a custom workflow in SharePoint Designer 2013. This workflow in question is basically going to take any document where the approval status changes from pending to approved. We'll have SharePoint automatically move that document across to a different library, in this case a library called Approved Policies. So we'll start off by navigating to the Library tab on the Policies library, and we're going to click Edit Library to open up this library in SharePoint Designer. Once that's connected, in the Workflow section we're going to look to click the New button. So first thing we need to do is of course give this a name. We're going to make a silly little name here. We're going to call it Document Mover, and we'll click OK, which then takes us to the Designer interface. Now the first thing we're going to look to do is we're going to look to set a condition. So by clicking the Condition button, we will be simply choosing if any value equals value. So what we're going to look to do here is with the value option, we click on that, and then we choose a little Define Workflow Lookup button. And in the current item, we're going to look for a field called Approval Status. If that is equals to Approved, we then need to perform the next condition, and the action is going to be simply, if that is the case, then what we'll look to do is we'll take that document and we'll look to copy it to another location. So we're going to copy an item in this list, the current list, to this list, a list in this case called Approved Policies. Now once that's done, if we simply wanted to have that as is, we could simply leave it the way it is, and it would only make a duplicate copy of that document. But unfortunately there is no move item in the SharePoint Workflow Designer action. So what we're going to look to do here is we'll have to, in this case, possibly taking another condition here, another action, and then we'll look to delete the item that is in this list. And the list, of course, being the current list. Not a requirement here, but we'll look to just give this a name. Once you've named the step, we will look to now basically just good practice to check for errors. So clicking the Check for Errors button, you notice the workflow contains no errors. The next step for us is just simply click Save. Now what we probably want to do now is on the left hand side under the navigation pane, we'd want to make our way to Workflows. Simply double clicking that, you should now see your Document Mover workflow listed. Now clicking on that, what we also need to do is we need to tell SharePoint what actually triggers this workflow. So in this case, notice there's a couple of different options here on the right hand side under Start Options. The one that we're going to look to do here is start the workflow automatically when an item is changed. So the idea here being, of course, is if someone does mark that as approved, that is seen as a change, and that is what is going to trigger the workflow. Now once we've enabled that, again probably saving and then publishing the workflow. Once you've published your workflow, navigating over to Lists and Libraries, navigating to the Policies library, what you should hopefully see in the Workflow section is now that Document Mover workflow we just created. Now if that doesn't show up straight away, you might just want to wait a little while, because it sometimes does take a little while for that to propagate through to the server. Back in SharePoint now, the Policies library specifically, here we've got a document that is currently in draft status. So looking to publish this, and specifying some meaningful comments of course, you'll notice the approval status is now set to pending. Now with that document again selected, if we were looking to approve that document now, which this of course should rather be done with an approval workflow, but in this case just for the purposes of the video it's done manually, we'll mark this as approved, and again we'll specify some meaningful comments. Clicking OK, you notice that the approval status of this document changes to approved, and of course the version number changes to major. Now it doesn't appear that the document has been moved at all, but notice that if the library is refreshed, you'll notice the document has been moved. So if we were to click over to the Approved Policies library, there is our document that has been moved. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we look forward to hearing from you in the near future. Cheers for now. Bye.